Hello, my name is Bethany, and I'm starting a video blog of what it's like to live with complex regional pain syndrome, otherwise known as regional sympathetic dystrophy. It's not a super common disease or syndrome, but I think it's probably not diagnosed as often as it should be, since it seems like many doctors are not familiar with it, or just are not sure how to diagnose it, and it is difficult to diagnose as well. I guess I'll tell you my story before we go into anything else. And I'll just, as we go along, show you bits and pieces of what life is really like with this. January 4th or 5th of 2014, I had given a riding lesson at a local farm. I was a professional rider for many years and gave lessons, and I still give clinics and judge horse shows, but I had given a lesson at a local farm. And we live in Vermont, and it was a warm day, and it had rained, and the temperature dropped, and there was a large amount of ice outside, and there was stalls available inside, so I thought it made quite a bit of sense to keep this lesson horse inside and not bring it out, for not only the safety of the animal, but for the humans as well. The farm owner, who lived in Alaska, decided that the horse was going out no matter what. So out I went the back of the barn, and down I went. I actually had a major injury before I even hit the ground. So I had a Lisfranc fracture dislocation with 4 bone chips, and sprained foot and ankle. That was the initial injury. It wasn't healing right, and went from doctor to doctor. Everyone's like, oh well, it's got to take time. It wasn't really that. It was a physical therapist who initially said, oh, I think that you have something called CRPS. I've never seen it before. I heard about it when I was in school for PT. I think that this is what you have. I hope that I'm wrong. She wasn't wrong. And the initial things that we had to do was just her touching my foot, and I was literally just screaming in their office while she was touching my foot. So the hypersensitivity is just I can't even explain how painful it is. But from there, I went from one doctor to the next. So I went from the pain clinic that I had been seeing for my back anyway. I've had neurospinal injuries on top of all this before all this happened. And then I went to Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center in New Hampshire. Saw a orthopedist there, who confirmed that yes, this is CRPS, and you need to go back to the pain clinic in Manchester, Vermont, and have a spinal nerve block. It's I'll get the actual name of it for the next blog, but I did have a nerve block right away, and the first one did help quite a bit. So that's how it all first started, but it was still extremely painful, and that was the beginning of the road. From then, it spread through many parts of my body. It's even affecting my internal organs at this point. It certainly affects my family, my children. I have 4 and 5-year-old children, and obviously everything that affects me as their mother affects them. It certainly affects my husband, but we will certainly be sharing a lot of different things, and what we go through for treatment, and what I'm hoping to go through for treatment. But apparently Dartmouth is saying insurance won't cover it because it's off-label use. So talk about what we're going through that way, and what we're trying to do to get treatment. So that's it for today.